Well, hello, come in, come in. Welcome to another edition of the Playwrights Round Table. My name is Sir Theodore Ibert, and this is my canine companion, Oliver. Playwrights Round Table is Central Florida's only year-round producer of original stage works. Writers are nurtured and critiqued in a free monthly workshop. Eventually, many scripts are developed into a one-act short and showcased as a PRT production. And then sometimes I get special permission to show them to you, like this play here. It takes place in a constable's office. Well, what you Americans call sheriff. And it's about a prisoner who's looking for a way back into jail and a social worker trying to help him stay out of jail. However, the sheriff must follow the law once he learns about what this prisoner has done. The play is called Escape into Captivity and is written by David Strauss and is directed by Charles Dent. I hope you enjoy it.
Randy, cannot believe you're back here in my jail. You know, I promised your mama before she died I'd look out for you when you got, well, if you got out of prison. And I swore to her I'd try and keep you out of trouble. How long you been free now, Randy? About what? 3 months? Randy, see that badge I'm wearing? What's that say?
It says sheriff.
That's right. That means when I ask you a question, you answer it. Now, my patience is already stretched on account I'm having to be here with you instead of watching our boys crush Windcrest at the house. But not now, Miss Sanders. Let me do my job. Then you can attempt to do yours. Now, I asked you a question, Randy, and I expect an answer. How long you been free?
96 days, Sheriff.
96 days. Well, I just don't understand when you had the manager over at Jim's call me. You couldn't pay for your meal? You are resourceful, son. Couldn't you offer to wash the dishes or something?
You don't understand.
No, I do not understand, Randy. I want you to explain it to me.
Sheriff, I really think
Not now, Miss Sanders, and don't make me tell you that again.
Sheriff, the diploma hanging on my office wall, written in a very lovely typeface, as well as the signature of the governor of the great state of Texas, say I have every right to be here. You got that? Now, you will not talk to me like I'm some kid you busted for drinking in the bowling alley parking lot.
Yes, ma'am.
Randy, listen. May I call you Randy? Okay, I'm guessing there's something that we're missing here because this just doesn't make any sense.
Well, she's right about that. As far as I know, you've been keeping to the straight and narrow. At least I ain't had no calls on you. But then you walk in the gym, you order yourself a burger, fries, and a chocolate shake.
2 chocolate shakes.
Fine, 2 chocolate shakes.
I was thirsty.
Don't care, Randy. Francine brings you the check when you're done, and you tell her all you got is 31 cents and to call the police, a.k.a. me. Now, Randy, you knew tonight was homecoming. My boy is starting tackle on varsity. He could go all state. Matter of fact, if we win over Windcrest tonight, all we got to... Never mind. Oh, now Roscoe, he is the night manager over at Jim's, ain't he?
Yes, Sheriff.
He told you you could leave without paying as long as you didn't come back. Why didn't you go? Randy, losing my patience here. Why didn't you just leave?
I committed a crime.
Oh, please. I'm missing the game for this.
No, Sheriff, I committed a crime.
Listen to me, son. Not paying for a greasy burger and fries may not be strictly legal, but I ain't going to stand here another minute.
I burned down a house.
You what?
I burned down a house.
What you talking about?
The abandoned house that burned day before yesterday on old Lady Wilson's land.
What about it?
I burned it down.
Now, why in tarnation would...
Well,
What are you...
No, listen to me. You're going to answer this one simple question for me, or I swear I'm going to... Now, Randy, why on God's green earth would you do something like that?
I want to go back to prison.
What is that, some kind of joke, huh? I mean, it's about as funny as a train wreck.
No, I can't take it anymore, Sheriff. I want to go back to prison.
Listen to me, son. Listen to me. You ain't never been the sharpest tool in the shed, all right? But right now, you ain't making a heck of a lot of sense to me. Why would you want that?
Sheriff!
Fine. You ask him all the questions you want. Don't know what you think you're gonna accomplish. Now, Randy, this here is Miss Amelia Sanders, and she is a prisoner advocate and a social worker appointed by the great state of Texas. And I can only allow her to talk to you if I am sure there's no danger of you committing any violence. That gonna be a problem?
Yes, Sheriff. I mean, no, Sheriff. I'm not dangerous.
All right, don't give her no lip, you understand me?
Sheriff.
Oh, and don't you worry about Randy. He done served all his time for that murder.
Okay, Randy, look. Now, I'm not quite familiar with your case, so do you mind if I ask you a couple questions?
No, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay. How long were you in prison for?
26 years, ma'am.
Okay. And you were convicted of murder. And did you admit to the crime?
Oh, yes, I did. I told him it was self-defense, but the jury didn't seem to care.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about what happened?
Is this really necessary? I mean, I can sum this whole thing up here in about 5 seconds. You see old Randy over yonder? He stuck a knife in the chest of his buddy, over $100.
That is not the whole story, Sheriff.
Oh, boo-hoo, Randy, set your butt down. Now, I promised your mama I'd look after you, but I'm not going to put up with you. Now, you had your chance to be treated with respect. You threw that away for 2 chocolate shakes.
Sheriff, do you mind?
Fine, do your little job. But cut to the chase, will you? If I get out here soon, I can still make that 4th quarter.
Yeah, all right.
Now, Randy, I want you to answer this woman's question truthfully and respectfully. Do you understand me? And if you don't, I'm going to make you feel about as wanted as a skunk at a lawn party. You understand me?
Yes, Sheriff.
As if you's under oath.
Yes, Sheriff.
Randy,
What a waste of time.
tell me about the murder.
Well, it was a horrible mistake. It was a miserable drunken fight over $97. 97 freaking dollars.
Who was the victim?
I never knew his real name, but we all called him Willie on account of him looking like Willie Nelson, you know?
Yeah.
I met Willie over in lockup over in Baytown. Willie gave me a place to stay when I got out and money, you know, when I was broke. I used to hustle drugs here and there trying to make a living.
So where were your parents?
I never knew my dad. My mom, well, she was always so busy working 2 jobs, eventually she just let me go off on my own.
Tell me what happened the night of the murder.
We was drinking, right? And we got in an argument in the kitchen because Willie was sure I stole $97 from his wallet. I swear to you, I didn't do it. I still swear I didn't do it. But Willie didn't believe me. He punched me right in the face. I swear I thought he was going to kill me. So I grabbed my knife and I shoved it in his chest. When the sheriff showed up, I offered him a glass of tea. I still remember that. When the police led me out, it was like I was watching myself on TV, like it was happening to somebody else. When I got out, I mean, before I knew it, they'd sentenced me to life.
Which turned into 26 years.
When I went in, Ronald Reagan was in the White House. In that little gray cell, I forgot the world and it forgot me. Now I get out and everything's all fast forward.
What?
The world changed, Miss Sanders, and I don't know how to fit in anymore.
Excuse me. Sheriff, can I speak to you a minute?
Well, Miss Sanders, you and your fancy degree got to answer to this little problem?
Sheriff, this is what I'm paid to do. Try and help these people. Now, I think I can do something for them, but being a former inmate with not a lot of skills and, well, with the economy being what it is, we need to get him a job.
Oh, no, you just hold on a minute. Ain't nothing I can do about that. What? Hey, I'm happy I got a steady paycheck. Now, I can't go about getting a job for every ex-con in Bexar County. All this nice talk you doing about helping these guys. Miss Sanders, in my world, that just don't work.
Sheriff, about half of these guys end up back in jail within 3 years. It's a revolving door.
Yeah, but Randy there committed a crime on purpose to get back in jail. You ever dealt with that little problem? Yeah?
Okay, yes. I don't understand why he did this.
Yeah, well, this ain't my chicken to feed. They got them resources and them things there to help these guys, re-entry programs. And Randy, he had his chance. Not my job.
Well, it is my job, Sheriff.
You...
I have a legal right to be here as well as a responsibility, and you are going to let me do so, or I will call the district attorney and tell her how displeased I am. You do know she sits on the governor's Justice Advisory Board, right?
Very well, Miss Sanders.
I can get him help, Sheriff. Vocational programs, counseling, mental health support. We can get support from Randy's family.
No, Randy ain't got no family. His mama died years ago, broke. And old lady Wilson, who he stays with, just the aunt of some guy he served time with, and she ain't exactly, well, let's just say the engine's running, but ain't nobody driving. You get my drift?
That man over there just burned down a house to try to get back into jail, Sheriff. Now, I've spent the last 5 years driving around South Texas trying to help these guys, the ones just out of jail, and most of the time, I'm 10 or 15 years too late to even make a difference. But I can help Randy. I can.
All right, you want to keep banging your head against the wall, asking him questions, be my guest. I don't think you're going to like the answers you get, though.
Randy, why don't you tell me what happened in the last few days?
Oh, it's not the last few days.
Randy, I want you to watch your temper, son.
I'm sorry, Sheriff, Miss Sanders, but it's not just the last few days.
Why did you decide to burn down that house?
Oh, it'd been coming since I got out. I mean, I was all excited to be stepping out into freedom and all, but the guys on my cell block, they warned me, told me I was in for a shock. I didn't believe them. I thought they was just angry or envious because I was getting out, but they was right. I was not ready for 2012.
In what way?
The world don't make no sense no more, Miss Sanders. I mean, I don't know nothing about computers or cell phones or the internet. I don't have me no Facebook and Twitter like other folks. At least drinking ain't changed. Although, do not get me started on them raspberry beers. I do not understand that. Oh.
Those things aren't necessary, Randy. They're just ways people waste time.
You don't understand. Everything costs so much now, and most places don't want you to pay in cash. And I ain't got no credit cards. And video games look like movies now. Oh, and the phones. Everyone's always on a phone everywhere. They're in stores pulling up coupons on little screens. I wouldn't know where to go to get an iPhone if I wanted one. I swear to God, it's like I woke up in some kind of Star Trek episode or something. And I applied for lots of jobs. And the ones that would interview me, once they found out I was an ex-con, well, they didn't want to hire me once they found out I didn't know nothing about no computers or internet and all that stuff. It's like I didn't know. I don't know anything. God, it's so overwhelming. I'm constantly embarrassed by all the simple things I just don't know. I'm useless. Obsolete.
It's fine. We can help with that, Randy. Help you find a job now. Now, there are programs.
No program. There's no point.
Wait. Listen. We can help you.
The hardest thing was going into Walmart and having them families hiding their kids behind them like I was going to jump out at them or something. And the girls. I used to be a handsome man, Miss Sanders, but what nice girl is going to want to be with a guy like me, been in prison for the last 26 years?
Well, what did you expect, son? What, you want to parade down Main Street? You ain't some returning war hero. Look, I am sick And I'm tired of this sob story. Let's cut to it, all right? The house, Randy. Why'd you burn down the house?
I didn't think of it right away, no, I swear, but after 3 months of no one wanting to hire me or let me come around and do craft work around their house, well, I realized I wanted to go back. 3 squares a day, a roof over my head, a world that makes sense. Where people don't stop in the middle of a conversation to check their tweeter, make you feel like you ain't worth their time. Like you're dumb as a box of rocks. So, I poured gasoline in the window of that empty abandoned house and I threw in flaming rags and paper towels. Man. By the time I got home, I could see them flames from my bedroom window. I mean, you should have seen it. The flames was ripping through that place. We pulled out the lawn chairs, sat right down and watched them big black clouds of smoke rising up while the fireman was trying to stop it. Beautiful. I didn't tell anyone it was me. I knew I was going to take it back if I wanted it. I thought about it for a couple of days.
And why did you tell us? You knew
I
that
went to Jimbo's for dinner tonight because I knew it would be my last meal on the outside. I just knew it. So I ordered me that second chocolate shake. I savored every last taste. And then I asked Francine to call the police so there wouldn't be a scene.
Randy, we can get you some more counseling. We can look for a rehabilitation center. We can help.
Prison's the only place that makes sense for me now. I don't belong out here.
Look, you do belong out here.
For 26 years, all I thought about was getting out, escaping. But now I realize there's nowhere to escape to. My life is in Beesville. Outside, the world's cold, hard, and bitter. But inside, I'm respected. I'm a survivor. I just want to go back. I want to go home, home to my four-wall world.
Randy, no!
Miss Sanders! Miss Sanders, I am afraid you're going to have to wait outside while I book Randy.
Sheriff! Randy is scared and confused, but we don't have to let him throw his life away again. Nobody was hurt. The house was empty, he said, abandoned. Please, you have discretion here. Don't press charges. Don't be the faceless bureaucrat.
Miss Sanders, I got me a responsibility to the law. No, listen to me. I got a responsibility to them people that elected me.
Yeah, all right.
Look, we both know arson's against the law. All right, look, I can have Deputy Ross contact his parole officer.
Prisons breed rage, Sheriff. Inmates come out loaded with so much anger they're ready to blow up at a touch. Now, he somehow managed to avoid all that. But what about this next time? Doesn't that make him worth saving?
What if I do let him go? What if I do? Now, Randy over there, he is desperate. And we are lucky nobody got hurt. But what about this next time?
I just thought that this one time, maybe I could... That man will just be one more statistic. How do we fix that? Do you have an answer for me?
No, ma'am. Do you?
Well, at least I'm trying. I guess. I just don't know anymore.
Yeah. Look, Randy, I get... I guess I'm gonna drive back to the high school there. See if I can't see my boy crush some Windcrest running back. You know, when the game's over, Miss Sanders, I'd be happy to treat you to one of them chocolate shakes over there at Jim's, you know, before you leave town. Now, I promise you, they're the best in Bexar County.
I guess.
Miss Sanders? Miss Sanders, you can't save them all.
Tell me that again when I can save one.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, this happens more often than you'd think, and not only in the prison system. People leaving the armed forces sometimes can't get used to the outside world, especially if they've been to war. Yes, Oliver, even dogs coming back from war have a hard time adjusting to regular life. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode. Thanks for watching Playwrights Round Table. Are you a budding playwright? Many of our writers have gone on to present their works around the country. If you would like to see what's happening with PRT, check out their website for monthly meetings or join them on Facebook. Till next time, I'm Theodore E. Baer.